strike Thrag now, we may have a chance to end this war forever. Without their leader, the other Viltrumites will scatter, letting us deal with them one by one.
You want us to go to...
The heart of their empire. The planet Viltrum.
Thaedus wants to end the war in the next episode. And you know why he wants everybody to go to their home planet? The home Viltrum planet? He's gonna do it. He's gonna attempt to use the Scourge virus and eliminate everybody once and for all as all the Viltrumites gather in their home planet. I promise you that. That's my theory. That's what he's going to attempt to do in the next episode. Regardless of the promise he made to Nolan on some last resort stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't think he really cares about that promise. If you think about it, in this episode, he literally told his allies, oh yeah, we got this massive weapon, the Scorch virus, and we're going to use it. I think he said in this episode that to his allies that he's going to use it.
We have discovered their weaknesses, and we will use them to break their hold on the galaxy.
And what better way, but better time to use it than when they enter their planet in the next episode. So let me know if you agree or disagree. Is Thaedus going to attempt to use the Scorch virus in the next episode when everyone gathers in the Viltrum planet? What probably was going to happen is he's going to attempt it, maybe not at first, eventually somewhere in the episode he's going to attempt it. And either somebody stops him like Nolan, or it actually happens, but few are able to escape and Nolan gets mad at him. Especially since it could be the case where Thaedus doesn't even care if it means sacrificing Mark, Oliver, Nolan, himself. It could be the case where like it's like complete genocide, like complete wiped out, including himself. That'd be insane. And I kind of wish, I'm hoping that that's the case and that's what's going to be happening. But that's my theory as a non-comic reader, of course. You could roast me in the comments, be like, you're totally off the mark. As long as you don't spoil. Now, this episode exposed a lot of things about Thaedus. First things first, this man still has some Viltrumite conditioning in him. You remember that conversation he had with Alan where he was like, oh yeah, when they attacked their headquarters, and then Thaedus found that like when they were retreating and regrouping, he found that as an opportunity to strike and like literally disregard on any type of tragedy that happened like literally moments ago.
Things like this aren't supposed to happen here.
This is only a minor setback.
Minor setback? Do you know how many people we lost today?
You must consider the war, Alan.
I'd really rather not.
That's the Viltrumite conditioning right there. A small price to pay for something greater. Like, not all life forms are equal. So it seems like for Thaedus, even though he's protecting the weak, he's willing to like sacrifice anything for his ultimate goal, what he thinks is right, what he thinks the future should be like. Which leads to my next point. Thrags did mention something that could be interesting to think about. He mentioned how Thaedus is doing all of this for like a selfish vision, a selfish goal, basically stating he has selfish intentions.
If they only knew how the betrayer sacrifices them for his own twisted purpose.
What do you think about that? Because that's something I never really think about, which is why I'm so curious, and I hope they're able to show Thaedus' past, what his life was like growing up, Viltrum, what made him who he is, and have a better understanding on why he turned on his people and what shifted his mindset. Because especially the way he reacted and disregard the tragedy that's going on with the people who died literally moments before, like I mentioned, and he all he's focused on and thinking about is ending the Viltrum Empire and taking whatever chance or opportunity he sees. Does he have some type of selfish intentions as well? I'm trying to think personally, like what he has to gain personally for wiping out his own race. I feel like there's more to Thaedus that we just don't know about, and they really need a deep dive on this character to really understand all the actions that led to this point. Because literally you're just like feeding us with crumbs, like a little piece here, a little bit piece of there, one thing I could say is we could confirm Thaedus is crazy strong. Either that or this man has old man strength, because that man was just going crazy on any Viltrumite that approached him. Like, I swear he like manhandled I don't know if he's like second in command or whatever, but he is at least one of the strongest ones, right? And Thaedus almost ended him, like, and I knew that would be the case. I knew Thaedus, in order for him to rebel, especially against their previous king or ruler or whatever, emperor, he must have been one of the strongest Viltrumites at that time as well. So what I think about Thaedus based on the information revealed in this episode or potential hints, I think he does have selfish intentions, and I think Nolan is of course going to figure that out first, and I think eventually I believe Thaedus is probably going to become the enemy against Mark and Oliver and Nolan. I feel it. I don't know why, but I feel like there's something more to this than just eliminating Thrags and the other Viltrumites. I don't really have much evidence as of yet, but I feel like I'm onto something. I'm pointing to some type of direction. But speaking of Mark, speaking of Nolan, speaking of Oliver, how the hell did they pull up so fast? They were gone for 2 months. I mean, they were told that they were already in Viltrumite territory. But how long has Alan and Zoe been traveling in that little ship pod in order to get near their home base, right? Or I mean, it was just to get to their ship to take him to home base. So maybe they went deeper into enemy territory, or maybe the enemy ship was going further outside of their territory, and then once they're able to meet with the coalition ship, they were able to go back to their territory. I don't know. Whatever case it is, I don't know why Viltrumites bother using ships if they could just appear in planets in like 0.2 seconds if they feel like it. And as they were showcasing all the highlights of them going against the Viltrumites, I wish they had like a counter. Of course they're not going to put a counter, but I wish they gave some indication of how many Viltrumites they killed and how many are left. Because if they're all about to gather in the next episode, I would like to see like, okay, how many is truly left? Is it 40, 35, 25? Like, how many have they killed so far? How many are left? Especially since they think that they have a chance still of losing. They must still have like a good, decent amount. They probably only lost like 10, right? I'm assuming. Especially if the so-called mold is still afraid, still believe they have no chance. Now let's get into the mold situation. I don't believe this is all cap. I promise you, I don't believe what they're showcasing in this episode. It's all cap. That little minion is not the mold. Like, yes, it's probably part of the mold team and all of that. I don't think that's the only mold in the whole coalition. I still believe Alan's girlfriend is one of them and is the mold. Have you noticed that no Viltrumite attempted to even touch her during that whole fight, that whole battle? Peep game. Like, have you noticed that? I don't know. I feel like because she was like the first one to notice or point out that somebody did something to help the Viltrumites enter their headquarters, I feel like that's just to like give her a vouch, like an alibi. But that's not gonna work on me. I swear to you, it's not gonna work on me. We will see. Like, we are gonna really see her true colors like by the end of the season. I promise you. I'm holding on to that theory. I don't care what the comics say. So for next episode, Thaedus got his own agenda. He's gonna try to end the war in the next episode. I promise you that. Next point, Alan's girlfriend is still the mold. Third point, Mark, Oliver, Nolan is gonna be figuring out the truth about what's really going on, and they either gonna have to face Thaedus or somehow have to stop the virus, even if it costs them continuing the battle and continuing the war. Those are my top 3 things. Those are the reason why I'm making this video. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about Nolan, his redemption arc. It starts now. He's taking the first steps. I'm going to say in every video he's going to win his wife back. I promise you that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to talk about more about Oliver and Nolan's training arc and all that. It reminds me of something. I'm going to mention that in that video as well. But yeah, you let me know your thoughts. You let me know about my theories, what you think about them. What's your thoughts on Thaedus? What you think is going to be happening in the next episode? Leave your comments down below. Let's have a discussion. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.